There you go.
There you go.
Wow. I hate to go and say just crazy things off the top, but that has to be one of the top shows of the whole summer, maybe of the year, even with a lot of familiar faces showing up. Let's put it that way.
A lot of familiar faces showing up. A couple 9-timers, a couple what did we say, an 8-timer, a 3-timer with Meatstick.
A 3-timer with Devotion.
Like, I don't even know last time it's appeared 3 times in a year, so that's in itself.
Devotion was what, 2016? It's back and it's a force.
Yeah. I mean, it's nice to see these two shows performed as well as they were now heading into Hampton, right? Like, it kind of makes you excited for the weekend.
What's up, Bungle?
Vermy Verm.
It's funny. I was thinking back when we talked to Scott Marks before this run. We talked a lot about Bourbon and Beyond. We talked a little bit about Alabama. Then we skipped to Hampton. We didn't even really mention what was going to happen in Georgia. And in the back of my head, I was thinking, they're the ones that sneak up on you, like Pittsburgh from earlier in the year. It's the odd show.
No, it's the Tuesday, Wednesday, and those are always the fun. Who's there? The between shows too, between the big weekends. And I mean, it did its job both nights. It was not a downer of a show either night or a bummer show either night. You got your total money's worth. What's up, Star Killer?
I liked the set list more last night. I like the playing more tonight. Wolfmans, just to kick it off, obviously, if you look at the length of it, you got a little bit. They went out on a limb to open up, and it was a very, great first salvo. Hey, check us out, It
was a great first salvo. 13 minutes. Like, we talked about the instrumentals to open lately and how much we're big fans of those. It's rare that you get such a jamming one slot song, something that's usually not there because it jams so much and it doesn't really fit in the one slot because you need to be able to expand it out. But 13 minutes, it got it all, and it really kind of kicked off the night. And I said this at the intermission, but I feel like this was the only sort of blissfully uppity jam in the first set. Like, everything else in the first set felt not dark, almost like sunset, I guess you could say. Tight, but it had that bluesy jam feel to it, which we got a couple times last night. But this whole first set had those kind of bluesy jams, like the Hey Stranger, especially the Steam. Yep. It had a lot of that sort of feel to it. So the Wolfmans was such a great kickoff, though. Like, it really set the tone for what was to come later in the second set, really. But
right. Yeah. Llama, what happened to Trey? He missed where he was supposed to come in. It was like, oh yeah, I don't know how to play this song. And it's not like they never play it. It was kind of weird. And he laughed. He's like, I'm getting old. It's cool.
I think it was, it's such a muscle memory type song. When you don't have the muscle memory there, it takes you a little, like, you find yourself, especially right, especially as you get older and you lose a step anyway. Like, you really need to be able to have that step in there on a song like that kind of demands it, like there's certain PHiSH songs that demand a little bit of discipline, and he's so disciplined with things. I'm surprised he hadn't practiced that or wasn't really ready for it there, but it's so funny. It was still smoking. I gotta say, Mike Scriven, your little what's it called, profile pic thing on Volume is hilarious. The little Marvin fish, that is great. That is fucking rad. It's way better than your one on YouTube, which is just your face. No offense, but seriously, that one's rad. While I'm pointing to the screen, that's actually
and that's why people hang out over on Volume.
That's right. See, you get to put even better fucking pictures on your.
It isn't attached profile to Google, which you have to make your picture because business
from Google. Right. Fucking Google. And right now you should all be worried about being censored anyway. That's why we're going to Volume, where we don't have to worry about censorship from the man.
Well, I think you always have to worry about that at this point. Martian Monster is, if you had have asked me the night they did the album originally for Halloween, what song was the one that was going to hang out. I probably wouldn't have said Martian Monster was the one that would live on into infamy.
It's such a fun song though, and like as soon as it drops, everyone's excited. Like it just gets everybody right. It hits you hard. So, and great follow up to the Llama, and a great another little 4-minute jam in there, which fit perfectly. Like I feel like the shorter songs really worked after the big first song, which again you don't always get. You kind of get the slower and the build into the set, and usually around the third song you start to get a little bit longer one. This was kind of flipped, so that was cool.
More 4-minute instrumentals, guys. Let's put out a whole album of them. All right, Devotion to a Dream, like we said, 2016. I never really paid attention to it. I was older then, as Bob Dylan would say. And listening to it now 3 times this year, and it is a fantastic little boogie tune that's better than the other stuff you're getting, like Alaska or something in that spot.
Don't hate Alaska. See, that's what cracks me up is like I fully expected you to hate this song because this is like an Alaska or an Evolve or one of those songs that I love. That's pure fishy, just fun and ridiculous lyrics and just
PHiSH makes it. PHiSH, the piano in it
makes it. I agree completely. Like it adds that it kind of feels like a Destiny Unbound to me. If you want to like throw it back to like a song that I feel like is from the day, like that's what it reminds me of, is in that tone as far as like. Especially with kind of how you don't always get it, kind of like you did back then with Destiny Brown. It's sort of that rare gem that when you do get it, and it reminds me just of like the story in it and the like it's just all of that. But it's such a fun song. I'm glad it's getting a little bit more. Right on, Sarah. See, Sarah knows Alaska fucks. Like, don't hate on Alaska.
I have no problem with Alaska, but if you gave me a choice, like if you gave me a choice of like Ramble on Rose, Tennessee Jet, or Brown Eyed Women, I would take Brown Eyed Women 6 days out of 7. You know?
Okay. Yeah, I hear you. I got you. It's definitely in that list of songs though, and I'm glad that it's one of those fun songs. And I like it. 7 minutes
slot, man. It's the Europe 72 slot.
It is totally. I love it.
This Divided Sky was big. Had a little bit extra in it. I feel like it was a couple minutes longer than normal. The pause was pushing a minute. He did a good one. He was cheesing it up a little, looking at some people in the audience.
I'm glad they played it tonight outside and didn't wait to
probably
play
at sunset.
It needed the last night of an outdoor show of summer. I fit perfectly. Like, good job bringing that out because it felt obvious, but at the same time, like you never know. So I'm glad they did it because it was bangers and stash. Alaska is better than Ocelot. I will 100%. But yeah, I love, Divided Sky, and I have a history, and I love that song, and it was great tonight. It was great when they played it earlier this summer on the tennis court too. Like on the
tennis court
at Sunset. Beautiful. So
Axilla 2 is here to stay, man. You are never going to hear about the witch or anything, or the mawkish gaze or any of that. That's gone. We're somewhere out by the pool now is where we are. And I still love the riff. I still love it's got some, a little bit of punk. It's got a chip on its shoulder,
I hate that you hate it so much. I know that they're going to bring back the other one day and you're going to be so excited and be like, there it is. There it is. In the meantime, it doesn't suck. Like, it still punches you in the face.
Didn't they do? I think they did the original at Mondegreen somewhere last summer. They did the original one time.
Somewhere.
I want to say it was Mondegreen, but somebody's going to tell me I was wrong.
I don't. It's not that I don't like your picture here, Mike, but your other one is so much better that now it just makes this one so much less good. So that's the problem. Like, if you compare the two, before the other one was up, this one was serviceable. It was fine.
It was serviceable.
Serviceable. That's the best I can say. But now the Marvin fish, done.
Probably my favorite thing in this set was the Hey Stranger, because it was such an understated jam they went into. It was almost just like a little bit of a pseudo ambient space. It never got past a gallop, and I was like, that works. That totally works for the lyric of the song and the whole, the sort of dark funk,
exactly. That dark funk, that like bluesy sort of, that other jam that they go into that's a little bit lower than the blissful up jam, but it's this like
not Dave San Jose energy lick.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think that the Hey Stranger and the Steam had very similar jams in it. Like the Steam felt like a little like a point, like 2.0 of that 1.0 jam that you just got.
Right. I like that song less and less.
It was a little slower and, like I said, a little darker. Not quite dark, like I said, like Sunset, I would call it. Big solos, the drums in it. It almost sounded like Phil Collins back there, like banging on those drums a little. Like it was such a like Trey and Fishman got in such a fucking like, especially right before he dropped back into the song, like it was going. And that
now
was like
we need Fishman to come out and sing Against All Odds now.
Oh, no. Oh God, I love that song. But I was thinking more of like a I Don't Care Anymore or something like that. Like, you know, like something that kind of punches with the drums. Yeah. Exactly. Against All Odds.
The Miami Vice song.
You know, Kev, I went down an old 80s movie song, theme song rabbit hole one night, and I got stuck on Against All Odds. It made me go watch the movie because I was like, I forgot how the song is so good. And I was like, I forgot about the movie. Had to go James Woods. I forgot, like, God. Against All Odds. Highly recommend. Anyway, there's our off the rails.
Was Wilson weird there? I mean, I have no issue with Wilson being where it was, but was it weird as Tim likes to say? Penultimate song of the set.
The penultimate song of the set. It was weird. It wasn't weird in the way that I knew it was coming tonight because, again, I really felt it last night at the opening, but then he didn't do it. So I felt like tonight I thought they'd open with it because it was like he felt it last night and then was like, no, I'm going to do. So yes, it was odd. I thought it would close the set. So it was weird getting Taste after it. Not weird, but like an odd. Oh, there's more. Okay, cool. Sure. Let's go.
I like I think Taste is a difficult song to play, though.
Yeah.
For all of them. I mean, they're all doing like crazy multiple notes, 16ths, whatever they call it.
It was, yeah, especially at the end when it gets out of that jam and it's sort of the chaos that it comes back into. 6 tastes this year. So, I mean, there's been a lot of
it's had a resurgence.
Yeah, definitely.
Great. You know what we should do a video of? We should track what songs have had a resurgence in 4.0.
Yeah.
Like Taste was only played once a year for 9 years, and then all of a sudden it's,
Yeah, exactly. And look at even Wolfmans over. Yeah, totally. There's been so many of them like that just, especially over the last year and a half, 2 years, that are just, you get them. I mean, look at Wolfmans. You got a 2 already, right? Like we talked about what repeats would there be? It was the first repeat opening the show tonight. Mm-hmm. On that note, we get so spoiled, or I guess it's not really spoiled. It's more of like in our heads that no repeats is such a good thing or such a like unique experience or whatever. But you and I talk about all the time. The more they play the songs, the more you get out of it.
That's when we get into the second set, we'll talk about that. Sand. It was probably the most interesting of the 9 they did this year. Even the one everyone fawned over at Philly that I felt like went nowhere for 15 minutes, And
as you say that, like the 9 they played this year, you're like, right. Oh my God, like what? But at the same time, it's. Right. So
tonight's question to you is, there have been, somebody mentioned this, I saw in the comments earlier, there hasn't been a new song written. What is the New Year's gag going to be? Since the last new song introduced, you say it wasn't the New Year's gag, but they did.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, New Year's.
It was basically that. We talked about Intermission. I think it needs to be like the epitaph. It needs to be the Darkness trilogy. They need to just do it and come out and do it. It'd be awesome.
Do we have dancers? Like a wizard come out with a staff?
Yes.
Call me, Trey. Call me. I can wizard.
The Great Wizard.
Right. I can be the Great Wizard. I can be whoever, the gray, the white, whatever you need, man.
Gandalf the gray, Gandalf the white.
Bust out some bleach. And there we have it. All right. So this is the second longest Carini ever, apparently, according to Scott Marks.
Yes. Oh man, Susu Studio, that would be a great. Get the horns. Oh man, PHiSH with horns doing studio.
Grippo gets the call.
Halloween. I love it. What?
Grippo gets the call.
I love it. Mega Carini. Yeah, Carini's kind of stepped into that massive jam spotlight again. Another song that has had this crazy resurgence over the years, especially once it really started going blissy in the jams. I feel like it's taken this whole new thing, and ever since 21 when they did that encore with it and played the longest one up to, or almost longest one up to that point, it's really the last few years another one that's just kind of
just a multi-part behemoth. They went through the bliss thing, they got away from it for a little while, they went back to the bliss thing,
then it's the ninth, Kev, it's the ninth one again, just like Sand, like the ninth Carini this year. So
familiar with it, they know it inside out, and that's why you don't have a Llama situation that's a train wreck in the beginning.
You know it so well, like so well.
There's a correlation there. There is a correlation with that. Man,
great jam. I had a little bit of timber in that jam. Did you hear that timber tease in there?
I said this is prime for timber, and then again in Sand, you could hear it again.
You could hear it again. Yeah. It definitely had a timber deep in there, but it definitely had one in there. And it was funny because it started out with that blissy jam, kind of like that Wolfman in jam that you had there. But then it settled back into that bluesier jam that we had in the first set and like carried that through. So it was kind of the mix of the two from the first set. And then you kind of ended up in this crazy, like the bleepy blooper bento tinker noises thing with peaks and everything. And then it wasn't the greatest transition into light, but it worked. You know what I mean? Like
I thought it was solid.
It was okay.
I'd give it 8 stars out of 10.
Okay. 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. Light. Oh my God. This might have been the best thing in the whole second set. The jam that they got into out of Light. It was so interesting. It was, a couple times it was thinking, I've never heard this before. This is something completely new. And then they would go back to the San Jose lick or whatever. And, it's like familiar. Hall was saying Manteca, and I was like, I'm hearing tequila, but I guess they're the same song,
I mean, Page had some money licks in that Light jam. Like I thought he kind of shined throughout that, especially in that jam section, was fantastic. And then the drop back into Carini, which was fun, kind of like bookend it.
Right.
You didn't need it, but it was fun to get it. Like it was fun to be like, oh, this Light hit inside this Carini. Okay, that's fun. Like it was cool.
Bungle says Monsters is Trey's new petrichor.
I know. I like
killing me, man. You're killing me.
It was an acceptable transition into Light, if only allowing time for reflection on what the fuck we just heard. There you go. All right,
man. I love me some Monsters. It's like if Trey threw on his The Last in Line or something, and then he's like, I'm gonna write a song after listening to a Dio album. All right, Sandpiper. The most interesting Sand this year for me. Really got into a neat space that was neither bliss nor bloop, and very almost reminiscent a little bit of what they did with Hey Stranger. A little bit atmospheric. Trey falls back a little. He's doing some rhythm work instead of having to be in the forefront.
Mike's bass in that one section was completely interesting. Totally different Sand jam, which is great. The samples are back, at least for tonight, which is fun. You got the Austin Powers sample towards the end of that one. The laughs, it was fun to have those come back a little bit. So the Piper's
your tune, and they just keep pooping on you.
It just I mean, I guess it's going to live in this 8-minute thing. Anything we get over 8 minutes is going to be a gift and a rarity these days. It lives in this 6 to 8 minute box now, which sucks because it never gets to get anywhere or do anything fantastic. It jams inside that 8 minutes, but it doesn't
let it breathe.
Let it breathe
like
on
a
both
fine
ends.
wine. Let it breathe.
We're never going to get the slow build, so I think it's safe to say maybe that the friends we made
that would be letting it breathe
is our slow build paper from now on. So there you go. But I think if he would just go back, like what he's doing with Punch now, how Punch gets that like lovely extended intro. Why can't you just do that with Piper? Or like let those bleeps and bloops and plankos and all that shit play out into the intro of Piper and let it kind of extend through this like ethereal space thing before you like get going into it. Right? Okay. We bitch about it all the time. It happens every time they play it because this happens. But
and there you have it.
It's tough.
Strong opinions.
Here's my thing though, Cav. Here's how we'll wrap it up. We'll say this. If you take that 8 minutes out of that Piper there that you don't really need in that set, move Lizards up to After Sand, move Yem up, then you're not paying that extra $15 fine of going over.
Oh, you're still paying it.
No, because that 8 minutes will cut it out, and then Trey is a lot. It's just those 4 jams at the beginning of that set, or 3 jams, I guess. Again, it came to the back end, and it was almost like Piper Lizard gem. You know what I mean? Like he's like, all right, we're gonna get these in. We'll just throw these together. When you could have just like you just said, take a moment, take a breath, let it go.
Swirl it around in the glass.
Exactly.
Check the legs.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Swirl it a little. Sit back in the chair.
Let your hand warm it just enough to release the frig. All right.
Right.
So is there anything better than being on the lawn in summer and Trey playing the outro to Lizards? It's one of those.
It's pretty perfect. It's pretty perfect.
But then he blows it. It was something like that. It was close in the beginning, and he laughed again.
He's got the
Jerry moments. All of a sudden, it's like.
Oh, Mr. Bungo, I couldn't agree more. Add 2 minutes and lose the vocal jam. It's the vocal jam is just I don't even.
I feel like Yem is complete now, though. With the outro jam, it was a complete song before, and it was like taking the Mona Lisa, and somebody comes and just touches it up a little, and it's even better.
It's not better. No, it's not better. Better would be shortening that jam even more. Tonight, it was so long before they dropped back into it. And then they had a great jam. Shorten the vocal jam, or don't even do the vocal jam and just extend out the jam of Yem, which everybody would be happy with.
I'm saying the second jam is what completes it.
Okay,
right. They tack that on.
Right, and you have to have that because when they walk off stage after vocal jam, it's so awkward. You're just like sitting there and you're like, what? Why is that the end of the show?
It's so awkward.
What just happened? Like, why is that the end? We need a punch to end the show. So thank God they do that, but you could shorten that vocal jam by about, I don't know, 3.5 minutes. So anyway,
Right. The best Meatstick ever, maybe. Really interesting. This is the 3rd time they came back to that interesting jam. It's like they got a new card in the deck or something.
Right. Yes. See? People for the abolishing the vocal jam.
Right.
That Meatstick. What did you even spell there?
Dude, that's what I was going to ask you to do it. It's Meatstick without the K.
Without the K, missing the front parentheses.
It was no Slim Jim, I'll tell you that much.
What about the New Year's Eve Meatstick? Mike's Groovin with the bad picture wants to know.
Yes, definitely. Yes. But I mean, this just as a standalone, not being bestowed, the ultimate honor of PHiSH song can be bestowed.
Totally. At 13 minutes too, like it kind of felt like almost getting that Fuego encore at Mondegreen, and you're kind of like, this is weird. Like, okay, is it going to be short so we can get a second song in here? And then as you're going through it, you're like, well, I guess this is just going to be this song jammed out. All right, let's go with it. So
a lot on the table for
a lot on the table. You got Tweezer, you got Simple, you got Fluff, you got a million things. You got a lot of bust outs, Frankenstein included.
Tweezer?
So, giving you shit, Mike. The bad picture, just teasing you. Drink. Drink. And actually just comment on the other site, and I won't have to say anything like that because your picture's so much cooler over there.
Right.
Hampton Vultures. Yes, that's true, Mr. Bungle. It could happen. And now that we know there's repeats on the table, so anything else can come back. Ghost. I think you're gonna get a Ghost. Melt. My friend. Yes.
Sense. Song I heard the ocean sing. There's all kinds of stuff out there. Pebbles and Marbles has been around a couple times. That could get a 3rd play this year.
Yep. Yep.
So do we go out with the slogan?
Oh yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right, guys. Well, hey, don't forget though, Kev, that the next member hang on Friday night is only on volume. It's not going to be on YouTube. So use your codes and get over there. Use your code
Moon Cabin
for 1 month and get over there by Friday night so you can hang out with us this weekend as we do some crazy shit on volume.
All right, let's do a hot sauce. All right, guys, we'll see you soon. If you're watching this later, comment, make sure you like and subscribe, but head over to
guys. Love you guys. Damn it. I gotta fix that.
I hate when that happens.
So yeah, I guess here, let me see if I can bring this up. That's difficult.
Hi, Hogan's. I'm trying to open up a hot sauce company, but I don't have a slogan. There's gotta be a better way.
Popular slogans. Kevin Hogan with Hogan Slogans. You're opening a hot sauce company? I got a slogan for you. It'll burn you twice. We got boxes of slogans.
You need a slogan, you need it right now. Come on down.